Assalamu alaikum, dear students. We are always arranging some time to bring some fun for you because we want to make sure you learn with fun. So are you wondering what's special for today? Yes, my wonderful students, I will be teaching some interesting topics from your English textbook from the lesson A Question of Grammar. I will be covering the following aspects of this lesson: grammar, vocabulary and writing task. Before getting to the topic, I advise all of you to cultivate the habit of reading, as reading is the gateway skill that makes all other learning possible. So today, why not read this interesting story, A Question of Grammar? I expect all of you to read the story carefully and comprehend it well. You can use the help box provided in each page to know the meanings of the difficult words. Reading this story will further help you with the creative writing section of this lesson. Well, you must be willing to master English, isn't it? So in order to speak English fluently and write it correctly, you need to know the tricks, right? A simple error can change the meaning of the sentences. Grammar eliminates errors. It is a valuable tool to master the language. Let us know what is grammar. Grammar is a set of rules for forming the words and arranging the words in a sentence in the correct order to convey the complete and correct meaning. Our grammar topic for today is determiner. A determiner is a word we use before a noun to show whether we are referring to something specific or in general. Articles, possessives, demonstratives, numerals, ordinals and quantifiers are different types of determiners. As you have just noted down different types of determiners, we will now be learning about articles and demonstratives in detail. Before learning about articles, let us revise some basics. There are 26 letters in the English alphabet, which are further divided into 5 vowels and 21 consonants. Let us further recollect what are nouns. Nouns are words that name people, animals, places, things and ideas. Let us know what are countable and uncountable nouns. Countable nouns are those we can count. For example, 1 apple, 2 apples, 3 apples, etc. Uncountable nouns are those we cannot count. They have no plural forms. For example, butter, bread, cheese, honey. Now we present the articles and how they are used. Kids, this is something you should learn very attentively. They are 3 articles. Yes, only 3. A, an, the. Absolutely. These 3, you know them, right? Well, it must be understood that these 3 words are used before a noun. Listen kids, you can see any of the sentences in your books. You won't see any without the presence of an article. You know, in order to get you to speak splendid English, articles are very first traits. Know them, adopt them, and yes, make them your friends too. A and an are indefinite articles. Let us first know the rules for the usage of an article a. Rule number 1. A is used in front of singular countable nouns which are not specific. For example, a bag. Rule 2. We don't use a before uncountable or plural nouns. For example, it would be wrong if we say a bat, a cheese. Rule 3. If a noun starts with a consonant sound, a comes before the noun. For example, a cat, a house, a bird, a bike, etc. Let us move on to the article an. Rule number 1. An is used in front of singular countable nouns which are not specific. For example, an orange. Rule 2. We don't use an before uncountable or plural nouns. For example, It would be wrong if we say an oranges. Rule 3. If the noun starts with a vowel sound and comes before the noun, for example, an apple, an egg, an hour, an ant. Let us now move on to the definite article, the. We use the in front of all nouns. It does not matter whether the nouns are singular, plural, countable or uncountable, to describe someone or something specific or unique. For example, the earth, the moon, the world, the president. So, let us recollect. An is used before a word beginning with a vowel sound. For example, an apple. Let us learn about the exception though. An is also used before a word beginning with H but not sounded, which means H is silent in these words, and these words begins with the vowel sounds. For example, an honor, an hour, an honest man. You must also remember that some words start with a vowel letter but begin with a consonant sound. So we use a before these words too. For example, a university. You can see the word university starts with the sound U, in contradiction to the vowel sound of U, that is a. For example, an umbrella. The other examples are a uniform and a 1 rupee note. You can also see that we are writing a before 1 rupee note, as the vowel sound of O is O, orange, but not W, one. Let us closely look at the usage of the definite article the. The is used before unique objects like the sun, the sky, the moon. It is also used before the names of mountains, rivers, oceans, deserts, etc. Example, the Sahara, the Pacific. It is also used before the names of books like the Bible, the Ramayana, the Quran. The is used before the superlative degree. Example, the best, the tallest. It is also used before musical instruments. For example, the flute, the violin. It is also used before an adjective to denote a whole class. For example, the old, the rich, the poor. We also use the when we know that there is only one of a particular thing. The sky, the world, the North Pole. We must also know that we do not use articles before the names of relations. For example, father, uncle, sister. Before the names of material. For example, gold, silver, diamond. Before proper noun. For example, lotus, Chennai, Priya. Before abstract noun, honesty, wisdom, truth. Before language, Tamil, Hindi, English. Before certain phrases, at noon, by train, on foot. Hope you have enjoyed learning about articles. Let us move on to demonstrative. This, that, these, those are called demonstratives. Let us now read these sentences. You are all away this Saturday. William's friends walked up to that garden by the river. This and that are demonstratives. We use this or these to refer to something which is near us in time or place. We use that or those to refer to something which is far from us in time or place. This and that are used for singular nouns, whereas these or those are used for plural nouns. For example, these paintings on this wall were done by my mother. and those paintings on that wall were done by my brother. So, the demonstrative this is used for something that is near and singular. For example, give this apple to him. The demonstrative that is used for something that is far. For example, give that apple to him. The demonstrative these is used for something that is near and plural. For example, give these apples to him. The demonstrative those is used for something that is far and plural. For example, give those apples to him. Based on what we have learned, let us now solve exercise A on page number 21 of your textbook. The question is, this passage has an error in each line. Write the incorrect word and the correction in the blanks. So dear students, you need to find the errors, the mistakes in the given passage and write down the correct answers in the blanks provided. So now, let us read the passage. The first line is, on the cold rainy day when my father was. Here, clearly article the is incorrect. It should be on a cold rainy day. So for the first answer, the is incorrect and a is the correct article. The second line is, he met a old cat on his street. Here, article a is incorrect because before the vowel sound of o, we use an old cat. So, for the second one, a is incorrect and an is the correct answer. The third line, a cat was very wet and uncomfortable. As the speaker is speaking about the same cat here, again we use the as the correct answer. So here it will be the cat was very wet. The incorrect answer in the third line is a and the correct answer is the. The fourth line, do you want the cup of milk? Here the cup of milk, the is wrong and it will be a cup of milk. So the incorrect answer here is the and the correct answer is a. In the fifth line, this surprised a cat. Here you can clearly see again the speaker is mentioning about the same cat. So the correct answer is the here. The incorrect answer for the fifth one is a and the correct answer is the. This surprised the cat. The sixth line says, she hadn't met anyone who cared about a old cat. Here, article a is incorrect and the correct answer is an, as the speaker is talking about the cat in general here. Let us now move on to the seventh line. Can I sit before an warm water furnace? Here clearly an is incorrect because we never use an before the consonant. We use an before the vowel sound of A, E, I, O, U. So here an is incorrect and a is the correct answer. For the next line, we have the very nice furnace to sit by. Here in the eighth line, the is the incorrect article. We should use a as the correct answer. A very nice furnace. Let us move to the last line of this passage. And my mother has an extra saucer of milk. Clearly here, a is incorrect because before the vowel sound of E, we use an. An is the correct answer here. Dear students, you need to write all these answers in your textbook. Let us now move on to exercise B on page number 22 of your textbook. Complete the passage with the correct words from the brackets. First one has been done for you. This shelf is the one where my brother has kept his awards. Here, demonstrative this is correct because the speaker is referring to a singular noun shelf. Moving on to the next line. Dash award is the one that Amon won in the basketball championship. Here, demonstrative this is correct because the speaker is referring to a singular noun award, this award. Moving on to the next line. He was only 7 years old at dash time. It is at that time. Why is demonstrative that used here? Because the speaker is talking about the past. He is talking about the distant time. Moving on to the next line. He had even won dash badminton tournament in school. He had even won a badminton tournament in school. Can you see dash little medals on that board? Fifth fill in the blank will be, can you guess what? It is those little medals. Can you tell me why are we using demonstrative those here instead of these? The hint is given in this sentence only. What is the hint provided? That board. The speaker is referring to that board, something which is far. That's why we use those little medals. Can you see those little medals on that board? Moving on to the next sentence. Dash medals were the ones he won after we shifted to dash city last year. It is those medals were the ones he won after we shifted to this city last year. This slide contains answers for exercise A and B of your textbook. In the vocabulary section, let us learn about phrasal verbs. What is a phrasal verb? A phrasal verb is a verb plus a preposition which creates a meaning different from the original verb. What are verbs? Verbs are action words. Example, sing, come, go, run, etc. What are prepositions? Prepositions are the words which are used to connect the different nouns, pronouns and phrases in a sentence. For example, to, over, on, in, into, across. When we combine a verb and a preposition together, they give us a different meaning. For example, if we join a verb ran and a preposition into together, they give us a different meaning. Ran into means to meet someone unexpectedly. For example, let us use this in a sentence. I ran into my teacher at the movies last night. That means you didn't physically run into your teacher, but you met your teacher unexpectedly. Let us now read these sentences from page number 22 of your textbook. Can you come over? Come over means come to visit someone here. The second sentence is, they did not come across any food in the kitchen. The phrase come across means to find. Here are a few more phrases with come. Let us read from the table. The phrase come along means accompany. The phrase come by means find accidentally. The phrase come through means succeed in dealing with a situation. The phrase come up with means imagine or to produce. The phrase come around to means agree. And the phrase come down with means to fall sick. Let us now apply what we have learned about phrasal verbs in this exercise of page number 23 of your textbook. Complete these sentences with the correct forms of the phrasal verbs from the table. First question is, if we talk to Mohan, he might dash our views on the class picnic. He might agree with our views. What is the correct phrasal verb used here? Come around to. Second question, my mother will dash with me to the concert. My mother will come along with me is the correct phrasal verb here. Come along means to accompany. Third, Anand dashed these earrings while searching for his pen under the bed. Anand came by these earrings is the correct phrasal verb here. Came by means find accidentally. If I work hard enough for this exam, I will be able to dash. I will be able to come through. Come through means succeed in dealing with a situation. Fifth question, no one was able to dash a solution to the problem. No one was able to come up with. This come up with means to produce. Sixth question. Rimmel dash fever after staying out in the rain all day. Rimmel came down with. Let us now move on to page number 25 of your textbook, punctuation. We will be learning about exclamation marks. You know them, right? Yes, it is something which you have already learned in your previous grades. Let us now revise it again. We know that we put exclamation marks at the end of the sentences that show feelings like surprise, anger, sadness, happiness, and excitement. Read the question. Rewrite these sentences by putting exclamation marks in the correct places. The first one is, hurrah, we have won the match. We put the exclamation mark after the word hurrah. The second question is, fire, run out of the building immediately. We put the exclamation mark after the word fire. The third question is, oh no, it has started to rain. We put the exclamation mark after the words, oh no. Fourth question is, yum, this cake is delicious. We put the exclamation mark after the word yum. Fifth question is, oops, I dropped the spoon. We put the exclamation mark after the word oops. Sixth question is, there has been a terrible accident nearby. Here, we put the exclamation mark after the word nearby, as a complete sentence express an emotion. This slide contains the answers for vocabulary and punctuation exercises. You can note down the answers in your textbook for these exercises. Coming to the writing task of this lesson. Let us read the question on page number 23 of your textbook. Imagine that you are one of the boys who attended the party of William's house. Write a short descriptive paragraph about what happened after you reached William's house. You can use these clues. The cook seemed unhappy and shut the door. The second clue is, William threw a stone at the window. Third clue is, adventure of climbing through the broken panes. Fourth, explored the house. Fifth clue is, went to the pantry to get food. Sixth clue, had great fun. Seventh clue is, left after his parents returned. Next one is, they also seemed surprised. The last clue for you is, the party was indeed a surprise. Dear students, a descriptive paragraph will describe a person, a place, a thing, an event, or an experience. When one writes a descriptive paragraph, the reader should be able to form a picture of the same in her or his mind. According to the question in the previous slide, you need to imagine that you are one of the boys who attended William's party and pen down your experience about the same. To write the descriptive paragraph for the above given question, you need to read the lesson, A Question of Grammar, thoroughly and comprehend it well. Dear students, I have given this descriptive paragraph as an example. You can also write it down on your own. Let me now read it for you all. William invited 30 of us to tea at his house. We all merrily went to his house in one huge group, but the cook looked horrified when she saw all of us at the gate. She spoke to William but looked extremely unhappy. All of a sudden, she ran inside the house and shut the front and back doors of the house. When she started shutting the windows too, we grew confused. We could not understand why she was acting so strangely and how we would enter the house. Just then, William bravely threw a stone at the drawing room window. The glass panes shattered and we all climbed through them to enter the house. The broken ends of glass were very sharp and I was afraid that we would get hurt, but nothing had happened. When we all were safely inside the house, we began to play. We ran up and down the stairs and started exploring the house excitedly. A few decorations broke when we tried to lift them, but no one scolded us. It was such great fun. Then William led us to the larder. The gooseberry pie and the currant cake were delicious. I wanted to taste the cream too, but George drank all the cream in an entire jug at one go. Just then we heard that William's parents had returned. As we ran out cheerfully, we could see that they looked shocked to see so many of us there. The party must have been a surprise for them too. Thank you all for your kind cooperation. Hope you have enjoyed learning English. Take good care of yourselves and remember, learning English is fun.